welcome. This is the Feminine Inquisition. My name is Tiffany, and we're doing your reading for the month of July. I hope that you're doing really well, feeling supercharged. I want to tell you a few things about not only this reading, but the dates of July. Let's see, because I've done fire signs last, your first of the last 3 readings. Let's see if I got the dates memorized, okay? First thing that's First thing that's most important is that on June 30th, Jupiter goes into Leo. That's going to be really helpful for expansion for the entire zodiac, but specifically because fire is your language, it's going to be most receptive to you, okay? Now, also, there's a full moon that is happening concurrent with this, and so, hello, it is in Capricorn. And Saturn, Capricorn's ruler, is in your sign currently. So you've got a whole bunch of completion, achievement, world energy, closing one door, opening up another one. And I think that transition is going to happen rather fast for you. Jupiter is going to grant you whatever expansion or boost that you may need to get through the hard times of closing one door and then opening up another. And that's going to look different for all of you, right? Okay, on the 3rd, here we go with the dates. On the 3rd, Mercury enters Leo. On the 6th, the Sun enters Cancer. On the 9th, Venus enters Virgo, which is the 9 of Pentacles. So there's a boost of an independent energy for all of us. On the 13th, something happens. I think it's Mercury again. Mercury moves into Virgo. And on the 23rd, the Sun moves into Leo. On the 28th, Mercury moves into Libra. Okay, cool. So that happens really fast. No, that can't be right. Hold on. Okay, yeah, no, on the 13th, no, Mercury enters Libra on the 28th, but on the 13th, Mars enters Libra. Sorry. Mars is really far ahead, huh? Interesting. That our will, your ruler, is ahead of all of us with Saturn in your sign. Interesting. So basically, the Aries in each of us is out there initiating 2 signs ahead, 3 signs, because we're in Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra. It's so interesting. Okay. Anyway, enough of that. The nodes will change on the 26th. The nodes are going to be Aquarius and Leo. I made a video about that. You can check it out. And that's that. Okay. Now, about this reading, not only is it all the same information that you always get about Aries placements that you identify with and or Aries people that you're checking up on, it is a collective reading. We're using the karma cards, and they are separated with reversals inherent in the card. Wow, this is your card, Aries. So they're separated into house, signs, planets. And then there's the blue or the red, depending on which way it shows up. And the blue is conscious, the red is subconscious, but they're all mixed in my hand. They are then separated into spiritual, mental, and physical. And so we will just go through it, and I will on camera show you that they are all mixed and matched between conscious and unconscious, because there is no favoritism. Okay? All right. So what does Aries need to know? We're going to use these to guide the messages. What do we need to look at for the month of July? That felt very decisive when it landed. It's Scorpio, death energy, the ending of the cycle. Like I said, closing down what is over and being very expansive and forceful as you bust through whatever new door. We're using the Tarot of the Longest Dream, okay, to build the spread and then clarify with the Vintage Tarot. Now, Scorpio, you've got the conscious side that showed up. Spiritually, it's the purification to resurrect. What are you going to resurrect at this time? That's judgment energy. Feels like it. Mentally, the secrets of. So What's perplexing you, maybe the doubts that you have, the insinuations that have been told, the privacy that you think has been breached, and or if you yourself are perplexed by um, suspicions. Now, physically, resulting from the power of, right? Because Scorpio is a great power of deep, deep dives into our emotional capacity and understanding, not only ourself, which is like the greatest power that you could have, but also other people when they don't even understand themselves, and transforming the nature, the energy of an exchange because of how much how deep the well is of the emotional capacity, the emotional intelligence of Scorpio. Okay, at the bottom I've got the moon here, so already heavy notes of emotions, right? Let's get into it and see what's there for Aries for July. Now, I'm already feeling really transformational for you because there is a snake on the Scorpio card, and what we just discovered about the full moon, Saturn, and how Mars is way out there in the future. Oh, all right. Hello. Lots of Scorpio already on the table. Is there a shadow here? Let's move that so that let's put it like this. I've got the Five of Cups. Yeah, it's sad. Death, but it's over. Two of Swords. We're going to go 6 cards. Four of Pentacles. Interesting. Seven of Pentacles. Wow. Two of Pentacles. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Three of Cups. All right. I'll take it. I will take it. So here's Cancer. That is, I think the moon in Cancer. Yeah. I think it's the moon in Cancer. Let's see. No, it's Mercury in Cancer. I lie. Okay. What does that mean for you? I think Mercury is in Cancer now, and it goes retrograde in Cancer. So this is a moment that is present for you of reflection, reviewing things about the past, maybe the endings of what you had faith in and high hopes for, what scared you, what maybe you had to kill yourself, how maybe you left pieces of you behind, had to pick you up and keep on going anyway, lifeless inside. The show must go on, right? The sun is going to rise. And it's difficult because the moon in Libra is here with the Two of Swords. It's been challenging to know the right move about the ending and about starting again, whichever direction you go into. You've wanted someone else to make this choice for you because you have been tied up. You know, in the Four of Pentacles, the energy doesn't freely flow. The hands are all tied. This picture is not so bad because the Tarot of the Longest Dream is a little bit more, I don't know, forgiving. But typically the Four of Pentacles is quite rigid. It's a man who's just got no ability to hold or open himself to anything. And in that way, you're closed off to miracles, closed off to something new because you're just bombarded by whatever it is that you think you need now. So it's not necessarily strictly about being greedy. It's about blocked. The energy is blocked. The view is limited. The communication, the expression, the experience is narrow, restricted. Four is always a holding pattern. So from this place, it's no better than this place, but at least there's more earthly material here. There's more of a grounded identity in it. The Four of Pentacles is a Capricorn card, and as I told you, concurrent with this Jupiter moving into Leo, there is a full moon, and Saturn is in your sign. So life is putting a vice on some of your options, and perhaps your imagination feels like it's just ground to a halt. and you're hard pressed to know the next direction, what the dream may be, what the vision is, which is why you're showing me the Seven of Pentacles. You know, it's it's abundant so far your life, right? There's no sadness here. There's an appreciation for all that you have, all that you've built, and what you can hang on to, what you can touch, taste, feel, what you can call your own, and what you can say are your skills, so that if, you were to lose one of these pentacles, you know how to recoup, do it again. You know what's working for you in this life. You're not immature or a child, you're not immature in the sense that you know what either an honest euro or an honest dollar means. You know how to make money. You know how to put effort out there. You know how to present yourself. You know how to invest well and preserve what you have. But there's a sense of insecurity here because the Two of Pentacles follows that. So Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles, the choice of the mind, the choice of the material. And these are not active decision-making cards. They're mental gymnastics, so juggling, but mentally, and gymnastics of juggling options, ideas. And it's almost busyness because it doesn't grow in any one direction. So it's like, feels to me like you're overwhelmed and not managing your time. Maybe this confidence of knowing what you can do has brought you to a place where you don't, yeah, you don't know how to make a choice. Oh, we have more information here. Three of Cups, Hanged Man, Knight of Wands. This is heavy distraction energy. Heavy, I don't really know what to do, but we're going to wing it. I know that if I go out there and I talk with some people, eventually it will come my way. I'm just going to stay positive. I'm going to stay open. I'm going to stay light. I'm going to stay social. It's summer. That's summer energy. But the Hanged Man, there's stagnation there. Are you having the right conversations? Are you making the right connections? Knight of Wands. In this context, it's interesting because here's the togetherness, the connection, the harmonizing. Here's the standstill, waiting for a fresh perspective. And this is, yeah, fired up, really, really fired up to do the thing, to take action, to be an initiator, which is so your energy. That might be a Sagittarius card, but to initiate is your energy. And the Ace of Swords is here. I'm just wondering if the Ace of Swords takes the Hanged Man down. Are you saying then you're working your way to get to the big idea, the big choice? You're just waiting for the impulse to come? You're waiting for to strike while the iron is hot? One more. Page of Wands. Discovering of the options. Okay. Well, I don't know what this is about. It's kind of into the unknown, which is, heavy moon energy, as we can see here. And here in the center of the reading, I've got the Two of Swords, which is the moon in Libra. So again, I'm going to read back the guiding of the messages. Spiritually, the purification to resurrect. Something ended, and you've been in a standstill since, waiting for the impulse. Could you resurrect something? With the Ace of Swords, sure, you could have the conversation that maybe you put off previously. You could be out there in the social scene to run into someone, hoping for divine timing. But do you have clarity to have that conversation? That's the question. I'm not sure. Is that Ace of Swords ready? Or Does it still need time? Mentally, the secrets of. I don't necessarily see any secrets of, but I do see that if the Ace of Swords is going to provide clarity, perhaps there was some suspicions, which is why your energy was blocked, which is why there was a pause, delay, insecurity, and poor time management. Physically, resulting from the power of, yes, I would say that this is most likely what you're dealing with. You have 3 of the 6 are physical cards, resulting from the power of what it is that is available to hold on to, or what is at stake, what it is that you're going to reinvest in, and how plentiful you are currently, what you do well, and the choices of how you're going to make a balanced path going forward. So I want to know about this death, okay? This is not the deck I want to use. I just shuffled it for no reason. It's not the first time I do that. We're going to do 2 shuffles. For Aries, show me this death. Hangman. So in succession, the cards go Hanged Man and Death. So death is a premonition, right? Because we had the Hanged Man on the underbelly. So the death is yet to actually be completed. You're waiting on it. And in the meantime, your head is a mess. So you don't want to tell me, oh, it's a death of a friendship, a death of something that you wanted to see do well. You move from what could be working together to being solo, taking your ball and going home, right? There was some sort of partnership, collaboration, friendship effort. This is a group project here. And the 2 of Swords is between it not going well, your mind going haywire, and then you taking your ball and going home. Is it unlike you to take your ball and go home? No. Resulting from the power of. That's where we are. We're in the physical. Now, also, because mentally you've got some issues here, the secrets of. Maybe you found something out. You heard something, you saw something, which is why you came into the Hanged Man status. And also, I'd like to take your attention to the fact that the Hangman is in reverse. But my cards are not mixed, you see. So everything happens for as part of the reading. You've been in this standstill without really ending something for quite some time. And I think actually I had a previous reading that we talked about this. Show me the options. What are the 2 of Swords for Aries for July, please? What are the 2 of Swords? So this is your deliberation within yourself about how to end things. The Star, is it worth it? Is it for your highest good? Or do you resent it? Are you suspicious of it? King of Wands, that's the leveling up energy. This suspicion needs to turn into resilience so that you can embody this head of state. But Page of Cups, that's what's standing in the way. A little childlike energy might be the child within you. As we go through Mercury in retrograde in Cancer, remember that Cancer is kind of the mother, the mothering, the nurturing. We have to be a mother to ourselves. We have to nurture the child within. And that's like big traumas, little traumas, but you have to be the adult and also inspire the childlike curiosity simultaneously. And this is the axis that the full moon really represents of Capricorn, father time, and Cancer, like mother love, right? Okay. I don't know what the Page of Cups is to you. Happiness, wish fulfillment, the opportunity to be happy and warm, to be connected, the sun, moon, and the star. Come on. There's the Queen of Cups. There's the mothering energy. So this is a question about how much you nurture yourself to be empowered and to let things go. These wands reflect you wait for other people. You wait to question your mind. You don't trust when the information comes in. You continue waiting and just go nuts. You can build and dream a new dream. You can cleanse yourself, heal yourself. This is Aquarius energy. So if it takes you all the way until the 26th of this month, July, then you will have the North Node in Aquarius, and you can pull down from that energy. Aquarius offers all of us, the entire zodiac, a chance to recognize our unique ability to shine as our most authentic selves, and that the power that we have to do that inspires others to live out their authenticity. And that is Nine of Cups energy, right? Fill your cup fearlessly, shamelessly. So this King of Wands wants to come through. There's some resistance to dreaming big. There's some resistance to healing yourself. There's some resistance to letting go, and there's some resistance to knowing the clarity when it comes through. Partially because your first card out of the gate is the Five of Cups, which means that your focus and perspective is on cups that have spilled instead of cups that are available. Okay? And those three cups we've seen already. So it looks like there's three cups in specific that you may have in mind, that you may be holding on to, which brings us to the Four of Pentacles. Can I see that, please? For Aries for July. Eight of Cups. Gotta walk away from it. You just gotta let it go. You gotta wash your hands from this burden, from this betrayal, from these lies, from the secrets, from whatever has been revealed. The past. It's there again. Ooh, it's a double whammy, a soul bond that was your friend, that you wanted to have a big dream with, that you were building with, that maybe you healed previous versions of yourself by connecting to them together. You broke through to a new dimension. I feel that. I feel as though there were many endings that you were so grateful that you went through to find this chapter with this person that you were now yet again having another ending with. Huh. Yeah. What's here between the 4 and the 7 is the 3. So, show me the 7 of Pentacles. You're using discernment about what you invest in. And afterwards, you've got 2. So, show me this process in July for Aries, please. Page of Cups, again, the Sun. Ooh, okay, so 3 of Cups here. So there is an offer. I don't know if it comes from you or if it comes towards you. I know that it results from the power of forgiveness. I know that physically you're going to emotionally take something tangible and either be receiving it or you're going to extend it. And why? Because there's a breakthrough in your understanding and also a clear choice for warmth, for connection, for happiness, for harmonizing, for togetherness. And the sun is going to shine the light on the darkness of the mind that you have not been able to, I don't know. The smoke just hasn't cleared. It's taken a really long time. And this is the moment, this pause, 7 of Pentacles. When you look at your life at a glance, you recognize where you have went astray, where you have held yourself back, where you have not said something, or where you misused words, but your hands were tied in such a way that the desired outcome was not achieved. And this is how you're planning to invest differently in the future. This is how you come to a better understanding of the powers of Mercury. This is Mercury in Gemini. As we have seen, Mercury is in Cancer currently. This is the Mercury in Cancer card. It is going retrograde, which will give you a better understanding about your processing, your communication. And in the matters of relationship, in the matters of love, in the matters of nurturing yourself and others around you via Cancer. Okay? This King of Wands is definitely certain of something. I don't think I've gotten there yet, but soon. Show me the Two of Pentacles, please. Hierophant, commitment, structure, battling, 5 and 5. Battling what? You see something is split here to talk to me. Planning for happiness, 7 of Pentacles. So that's what you're doing. In the Two of Pentacles, from the 7 of Pentacles, you're trying to remember the dream, the sun, the warmth, the star, the moon, and these 10 of Cups, the world at your fingertips. I don't know what this 5 of Wands is. It's going to be different for each of you, right? So if the Hierophant is going to clarify or at least engage with that message, it's going to talk about the restrictions to get closer to what you want, right? Because from the 5, we have 2. So only 2 are going to make it out of here, which means there are 3 wands waiting that need to be considered, because that's what the message is stating. Those 3 wands have to do with the structures of what it means to have faith. When you're sitting in the 3 of Wands, you're waiting for your ships to come in, and you have to have the highest level of faith that they're going to, because if you change your frequency in this stage, when you've already went through the Ace and the 2, you're going to interfere with the manifestation that is due to arrive. And so the Hierophant is about your faith. It's about your investment. It's about the ideas that you have, the highest sense of you coming through. What do you believe in? What do you stand for? What's important to you? What do you claim as your own? And what do you want to make other people know? What is it that you want to reveal in this life and work with in this life and talk about? And who do you want to be surrounded by? So that's what you're contemplating. Okay. I'm going to go to the King of Wands now, if I may. What does the King of Wands want? Resulting from the power of. Show me, please. Show me this King of Wands. As we move through July. I'm just going to let them flip out. Show me this King of Wands as we move through July, please. For Aries. No? Can I know? Five of Wands. You're still conflicted. There's Jupiter. There's Jupiter. The wheel is there, but who do you need to be to spin this wheel? You need to have the persona of the magician. And I can tell you from when I saw the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Swords, there is an insecurity here. An insecurity in this timing, in this moment, with this person, at the stage that you're in your healing, where you're living, your house, your money, etc. Whatever it is, you name it, you choose it. Doesn't matter to me. But the insecurity is giving you reservations and trepidations about stepping up and spinning this wheel. And so resulting from the power of, right? Your voice is what you need to spend time contemplating. Your desires for happiness are going to give you a direction to move that voice into. Healing, all of the betrayal, yes, that will come naturally as you keep walking towards what it is that you desire, because what you want also wants you. But if you are not clear Five of Wands. Sorry, how funny that the Judgment is there. Let's use that as a message, but hold on. Five of Wands, Five of Wands. If you are not clear and the five personalities inside your mind are all fucking beating their chest, everyone wants to be a chief, no one wants to be an Indian. Everyone has orders, everyone has a different idea, and it obliterates the other's ideas. Then when the time comes that you take the good action and you have to have faith and persevere and keep your mind clear while you wait for something to take shape, the devil will come in, creep, the sadness will arrive, the wound will fester, all the things, all the work that you have done will start to unravel itself. Okay? So the King of Wands needs to shapeshift, use it, fire, transmute this experience, transform your will, and rise to this head of state status. So this is a little message side note. Judgment to the Four of Cups. You're going to have to recognize no one is coming to save you. But if you don't take choices and you don't say what you want and you let the universe decide for you, that can be very complex indeed, probably uncomfortable. So I know that not much will go on. It's heavy energies of contemplation that involve an elemental harmonizing. So I would suggest that if you can do some meditation, it would be helpful for you. And when you do meditate, there's some ideas I have, okay? If you could find a way to settle into a grass, an earth, feel the contact points with the ground, and play with a body of water, play with fire within as you breathe, play with earth, follow roots down to the dark, underneath the surface of the oil, underneath the surface of the earth, and go all the way down into the dark, right? So that you can play with water, fire, and earth. Air is everywhere. So when you're in this visualization, you can hear the air, the wind through the trees. But you need to bring it in. So Scorpio is moving through you for whatever reason. I don't know why. The Aries collective that I'm tapping into, maybe for reasons of the chart that I just haven't analyzed. But Scorpio is playing a role here. Death energy is real. Also, whether or not you could walk away from the sadness. You know, that's the thing about Scorpio. It's so hard for them to let go. That's why death is their lesson. That's why death is Scorpio in the tarot. And so you're going through that process right now, trying on your faculties of killing off which is already dead, right? That's what judgment is, removing the dead bits from the living you. Don't let what you've already said goodbye to, turned your back to, hold you in a prison. All right, I feel like I would like to get you some advice because it's twofold. One is that I can't stand the Seven of Pentacles as a card. I'm going to be very honest with you. And you have it 2 times in the reading. So it's just very dissatisfying for me to leave it like that. And I know it hasn't been an easy reading. And I feel like sometimes we just kind of have these conversations, Aries, and it's not my intention. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, who are you? Yeah, control. Let's put you back in. One more shuffle. This is the Osho Zen Tarot. I feel like they do it really well. It's written in French though. Can I have 3 cards for Aries? The Fool. That's your energy. Wipe it clean. Pack lightly. Let's go. Not even let's go. Let's fucking go. 10 of Swords. La Renaissance. Okay, so nothing is lost. Have a rebirth. Hermit, own your life. Be in the solitude and be okay with it. Three of Wands. This waiting game is a time for you to belong to you, for you to own you, for you to hold you, for you to love you. Yeah. So the Hermit is a chance for you to shed light on your situation because no one else can do that in the way that you can. And when you do, you will be that much closer to stepping into the magician status because the Fool is before the magician, and that's what's needed to spin this wheel. Wheel of Fortune, Page of Cups, right? We've seen the Page of Cups. We know that that's what stands between you and this. Once you have the Ace of Wands, you are king. Judgment. And you can move into the balance of the Six of Pentacles. Do you see that? And the universe will meet you right there where you are, giving you the boost that you need. In the Osho Zen, the Three of Wands is the experience of existence. Okay? I I hope that there was something here for you. Like, share, comment, okay? Let me know how you're doing. Until the next time that I read for you. Ciao.